So, welcome back to the Boxed In podcast. I'm back from Riyadh, and so is this man, Jason Cunningham. I mean, wow. You said to me there off camera, what a week, and just absolutely incredible. Most know obviously how it started. Josh Padley was up in a loft working, and then he gets the call to fight in Riyadh. Where were you when you found out that Josh would be fighting?
In this exact ring behind us doing a one-to-one with a client, and I had to keep stopping and starting. Fortunately I know him, so I kindly asked him if he wouldn't mind going on the bags because I had some important business to attend to. So basically that was how it all started, Jake.
What was your initial reaction to finding out that obviously Josh would be fighting on one of the biggest cards in boxing history?
Well, when it was first mentioned, it was mentioned, but I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought, nah, it's too short notice. Now there'll be something not right. But then obviously once we know the weight was the main part, the weight obviously got to make it safely. A boxer's health and safety is paramount really. So once that was ticked off by obviously his nutritionist that no, he'd be okay. Then it was like, oh well, things could actually become quite real now. Long and behold, next day we're on a flight to Saudi.
What's that kind of situation like for you as a trainer when you're doing a one-to-one, you think everything's, alright, and then all of a sudden, bang, you're kind of in the zone, you have to switch on and your fighter is in a real massive life-changing situation?
Well, that's it. They've said it there yourself, it's life-changing, so it was too good to turn down. Josh is always in the gym, so he's relatively fit, but alright, not 12-round fit, as obviously on the night that probably caught up with him a little bit in the body shots, the conditioning and stuff. But, it's too good an opportunity to knock back. If he didn't take that opportunity, probably won't come again, especially financially. And as well as that, you've just got to be willing to take risks, otherwise you don't get nowhere without taking risks in life, really. So he took his risk and it's paid off. And obviously he gave a great account of himself, and on the back of that, he's ended up with a deal from Mr. Eddie.
Certainly has. Just going back to obviously being in Riyadh, what was the experience like for you? Just being surrounded by all the talent that is there.
It was crazy. I mean, when we landed, I said to Josh, we're walking down. We went to a local shop to get his bits because obviously he follows a diet plan. Went to a local shop. If we struggled to find one to begin with, but we had a little venture out, found one, and I'm like, obviously it's nice weather and obviously completely different surroundings to Doncaster. I'm like, it was only a few days ago. I was planning where I was going to watch the bout, what were I doing for the night, where were I watching it, what were my plans. Next thing I'm walking around Saudi in his shop looking for some, I think we're for some Greek yogurt or something for Josh. So a bit surreal really, but took it in his stride and did what we needed to do.
So you're obviously in Riyadh with Josh. His opponent is WBC lightweight world champion Shakur Stevenson. What were the team's kind of expectations going into the fight?
Well, for once, there was no pressure. It wasn't like sometimes you go in there, you're expected to win type thing. Nothing was expected of Josh, so it was a bit more relaxed on that front. Usually, sometimes we train, if it's a close fight, emotions, it can be quite draining. I find it more draining than when I used to box myself, but there weren't that kind of same pressure because all I had to do was go out there, give a good account of myself, and we get respect anyway. You can't expect him to be a free weight world champion, bearing in mind as well. That was something they weren't pointing out there. Free weight world champion, one at pound for pound best, or highly pound for pound ranked anyway. Just go out there and do your best. Really, what should have happened to Josh is what happened to Martin Bacoli. Let's be right. So to go out there and do what he did, obviously the story. If he'd been given 10 weeks notice, it wouldn't have had the same effect. It's because of the story behind it. Like I said, working on a loft and on work site day before, then he's on a plate next day, 4 days notice. That's what's brought this whole event together, and all the attention that Josh is getting, and obviously he's been rewarded, which he rightly so. He deserves to be, but the story itself, it wouldn't have happened if it weren't the whole process of what's just happened, really. So everything happens for a reason.
What was it like for you being in the corner and just guiding Josh through that fight?
I'm never startled, never worried, never panicked. That ain't me anyway. I took it in my stride, so I was quite happy with that. And obviously because of the time frame and stuff and getting people out there, don't forget I had less than a day. The negotiation was done at 11:30 at night. I couldn't even get hold of anyone on the phone. I had less than a day to to sort a team out. I had to get Cutman while we were over there. I had to get Tommy McCormack from Ireland, and he did a fantastic job, by the way, so big props and shout out to Tommy. But I had to get Tommy McCormack out there to be my Cutman. I was still pulling pieces together while I was over there. So just took it in my stride and just did what he did, and obviously proud of his performance, and he's a very cool customer, and he gave it his all. So on that front, it was a massive experience. Ticked a lot of boxes about myself, but nothing I can't deal with.
I'm going to say, is this something for you that you will now kind of use as a really valuable lesson and just learn so much from it?
Yeah, and all of that, all responsibility were on me, and I dealt with it, no problem at all. I guided Josh through the best I could. I was quite happy with me, my guidance, if you like, or my instructions to him throughout the fight. And even when I pulled him out on it, I think it was the right time. He did get hurt. Had those body shots been head shots, that towel might have gone in a lot earlier, but it didn't. They were body shots. Body shots don't affect your brain. So I was quite happy with everything on the whole, and obviously, like I say, he did himself proud, and it showed he did a good job because, like I say, he's ended up with this multi-fight deal from Eddie Hearn.
Speaking about Eddie Hearn, obviously Josh is the first fighter you have trained who has signed a major promotional deal. I know obviously Jimmy Joe has signed with GBM. Obviously Matchroom's a little bit different. Like you say, they have the backing of Eddie Hearn. How good is it just for Josh to now be backed by a major promotion, meaning that he now no longer has to work full time and he can fully focus on boxing?
Yeah, well, it's changed his life, hasn't it? Don't forget, it should have changed after the Chamberlain fight, but nothing came off the back of it. The whole landscape of boxing's changed. Changed from when I boxed. I won and I got a 5-fight deal on the back of it. Easy, had people chasing my signature. Josh hadn't had that. It's been frustrating. So I always say everything happens for a reason, and it's kind of mounted, and obviously this was supposed to how we're going to go. And it's turned out to be better than anything. He's fought for WBC world title, which not many people can say they've done that anyway. But the story goes on from here. It's only going to keep progressing, and Josh has got a very, very bright future, and obviously I'll be there with him along the journey. So this is the best possible outcome. Like I say, especially financially, that's why you can be a full-time pro, onwards and upwards.
And obviously we spoke there about Josh and obviously the life-changing opportunity for him. But how nice is it for you that you do now have a boxer that is under Matchroom?
Yeah, they've had nothing but success since I started my coaching career, if you like. All my fighters are underdogs, a lot of them as well. We've won, we've come out on top. Obviously, there's always the rough with the smooth, there's setbacks, and that's life. That's life in general. From my career, I've learned a lot. Maybe that's put me in good stead. So yeah, obviously being with Matchroom is perfect, fantastic. I've got a world title challenger. My goal is to have world champions. So I'll keep working and keep building myself. But boxing's healthy in Doncaster. My stable of fighters is healthy, and we're all going to keep, we're all going to keep growing, and we're all going to keep succeeding. I'll make sure of that.
Jason Cunningham, thanks so much for your time.